Good morning. Here we are with Rabbi Dr. Zev Ballen, and we're going to start with the second part of the Emunah coaching live with Denise, and they are going to address her issue as a mother with a career. Okay. If you want to participate, please keep your microphones muted by the moment, and we're going to tell you, and or raise your hands whenever you have a question. Okay, thank you, Dr. Rabbi Ballen.
Thank you, Kesha. And welcome back, Denise.
Thank you. I'm really honored with this opportunity to be here. Thank you.
Okay. So for those that didn't see the first session, let me just summarize, and then you can add on to it if you wish. Denise came to us because she had a conflict between how much time she should spend with her career and earning income, and she felt bad that she wasn't spending enough time with the children. She has young children, and she made a big change in that she cut back significantly on her work time, and she started spending a lot more time with her children. So can you tell us, Denise, what developments, what has it been going with you since the last time we met?
Yes, well, it has like more clear to me, it became more clear to me that definitely this is what I wanted. I want to be more involved in the growth of my family, and that will take out like part of my of what I am doing for living with my career. But since our last meeting, it has been like peaceful in my soul. It's like I know I'm choosing like the right path. That doesn't mean that sometimes I don't like like a little bit of struggle, but at the end I'm like in peace with my decision, because it makes me see that it was something inside of me, and that I have the power to deal with this, because Hashem will be there to help me in what I will need, and the support.
Okay, that sounds very good. So you're more at peace, and things are proceeding along. They're not perfect, but they're better. They're better than they were.
Yes. I one of the days after the meeting, I was thinking, well, but what about when the children grow? You know, that's one of the concerns, and when you choose like between your career and the children, it's one of the things that you were heard from outside, that, well, but then after the children, what are you going to be doing? And it came to me like very clear, well, it's part of helping other moms that will be in the same place that you are right now. That because you asked me in the other session what I wanted to teach, and
Right.
that question was like in my mind there.
Yeah.
And I was, well, that's part of it. Last year I took a course. Well, it was not last year, it was the year before.
Yeah.
It was to be a doula. That's the woman that helps other women in the labor. And I remember saying my colleagues, I don't see me like in the birth process, but after that, because I felt that we as moms are very alone after that, when you have the little baby, everyone will come and help you or not, but you will have books for newborns and all that. But what happens after that? So it has been very like more clear to me.
Is there some part of this that isn't completely worked out yet that we should focus on today? Or something else that might be going on in your life?
Yes, I think that it's the part of being like punishing, like the punishment that I put in myself. I said that like this, it's like I'm always hearing the voices of others. If I'm doing a good job as a mom, of why my children speak so loud, or why they eat or do not eat, or what, but it's always what others said. And I think that it's one of the things that makes the most struggle in me. It's that always hearing external voices instead of what it's in my heart, and like the voice of Hashem, that it's the one that I felt it's the most important. It's what I should be like feeling more, not like these strangers, or even if they are family or friends that are like keeping. And maybe it's not with a bad thing, it's just that I take it on the wrong side. I take it as a judgment. But I know it's me that it's been very hard on.
Can you tell us what the voice says, this critical voice?
Yes, the critical voice is that I'm not guiding my children on the right direction, that I don't use the words, the correct words to speak to them, that I let them do things on the table. Maybe if they're playing, why should I let them play? Or the way they dress, if they dress with something that it's maybe when they start growing up, they get attached to the old clothes, and sometimes I let them like take it smoothly, the process, because I think it's also part of not involving them in this thing of buying things just for things. But then someone, it's like, oh, that clothes is too small for the kid, or blah blah blah. It's like
Okay, so I think you're giving us a good idea of the kind of voices that come into your head that tell you you're doing something wrong with your children, that you're not doing the right thing, that you're not living up to what a good mother should be doing, and so this is very good for us to know, because you're right. It doesn't come from your soul. It's not something that is informed by your soul. In other words, there's two ways of thinking. There's thinking in the way of this world, which can be logical and rational, but it can also be very harsh on you. Just thinking in terms of this world. What do all the books say? What do their studies say? What are other mothers doing? What am I doing wrong? This article says I should act one way. This article says I should act another way. This is information. It's coming from this world. And so we look at this information as empty. It's like raw, cold intellect. It's not, but there's another way of thinking, which we saw last week, a good example of it with Francine, in that she went to a higher level, and she was able to make a decision whether or not to take the vaccine. And it was not done with her intellect in the usual way. She wrote me a couple of days afterwards, said that she decided to take the vaccine, but it was a smooth decision, just very natural, because it was coming from her soul. So first we get in touch with the soul, and then the soul will influence the intellect in a better way, in a way that's coming from spirituality, not just from this world, but from another world.
Mhm.
So that's how we lift ourselves up over these critical voices that plague us, all of us. That's what happens when we're not really connected. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's, now when you get involved in meditation, and you have experience already doing meditation, you know that it's letting go, right? And it's trusting Hashem and letting things happen automatically. So let's see if we can begin to do that now.
Okay.
Without trying, without making any effort. Without even closing your eyes intentionally, but just allowing your eyes to close on their own when they are ready to gently enter into that state. A state of yielding, of giving yourself over to your soul within you, which always wants the best for you and can help you with all these things. That's right. And now, just allow yourself to imagine that your hands are like two magnets. Your two hands are like magnets, and they have an attraction to each other. You can try to imagine a strong magnetic pull between the two hands so that they want to come together, but you don't want to move them with your conscious mind. You want to allow your soul, as it works through your unconscious, to begin to move those hands at their own pace, closer and closer together. It's an interesting exercise. So just allow yourself that freedom to feel. That's right. Your hands moving closer and closer. And do you begin to notice that now, Denise?
Yes, it was like, it feels really nice, because when we started the meditation, I was not like thinking about my hands, and when you start talking about them, they were very close, and I just like put them, they were like this or something like this. And when you said about the hands, I like put them like out, but I keep it like this. It was like even like consciousness. Yes, conscious, I want like to separate them, but they like stay together, and then you start like
Can you hold them
that.
like this? Can you hold them like this?
Yes.
And you just
Yes.
rest your elbows against yourself. And
Okay.
look at them now, if you would. Right? And now close your eyes and see if you can just allow them to come closer on their own. That's right. That's right. That's right. And you see they move more slowly. And you can feel more centered and relaxed when this happens. And of course, and when they touch, you'll take a deep breath, very deep breath, and relax even more. That's right. And now your hands can stay there, or they can move back anywhere they want. Whatever feels comfortable. Now, I'd like to be just with me, to be with me as much as possible. There's no one else, no other people, no other situations now. My voice is guiding you, and you are seeking to feel more complete, to be able to get rid of those critical voices in your mind. So I'd like you to just, if you would, hear those voices, but from a distance. Imagine you can hear them now, those typical judgmental voices. But they're not very close. They're not like they usually hurt, but more away, far away. And that you are in a peace. You are in peace, comfort, connection to Hashem and to yourself. And with each breath that Hashem breathes you, you can keep those voices at a distance. You're not trying to stop them. You're not trying to get rid of them. You accept them, but they're so far that they don't penetrate into you. Because really, those voices are not you. Those punishing thoughts, they're not you. So I want you to feel you now, feel you, the real you, how you are separate from those things. You're above those things. Do you get a sense of that now, Denise?
Yes, it's since I put my hands together, I felt like someone was like taking me like this, like if I was like a baby, like yes, mothering me. That's how it felt. And during the process, I start remembering when my first girl was born. I went to this mother and baby meditation, and the person that guided us, Natalie, she always said, "You are the perfect mom for that baby," and that words came like that sense of security came to me when you were like making this meditation. I felt like that peace that I was like kind of forgetting of it.
Okay, that's good. Very good. So let's work further with this now, because this is very good information.
Mhm.
So let's go back to the rocking motion, the feeling of being mothered, loved, it's a wonderful feeling to be mothered and to be loved, to be rocked and soothed and comforted. Such an important human need. And when you're feeling it and you're really enjoying it, well, you can enjoy it much more than we can realize because it's your experience. So you're free to enjoy it as much as you want and soak up all of those really, really nice feelings, warm, fuzzy feelings that we feel at such a time. Somebody stronger holding you and rocking you rhythmically. This is, yeah, good. Now we can use this feeling to go into the spiritual world. You use this feeling that you got from a human mother, from a picture in your mind of a human mother with hands that are physical. And now you elevate it and you imagine this is God who's rocking you. God is holding you very securely in his hands. Holding you close, protecting you. And the breathing that he sends to you is a way of rocking you too. Because each breath rocks you. Hashem breathes us, and we feel rocked. We feel comforted. There's a sort of emotion there. There's a movement. There's a movement. And of course, this is very, very enjoyable. It's very pleasurable. It's very, very, makes us feel happy and secure. And it reminds us, there's a part of us that's reminded of when we were in heaven with Hashem, and we were so attached to him. And we didn't want him to ever let go. You hold on to him. Never let go. When you do this, Denise, there are no more thoughts. There are no more lower thoughts. There's no more what we call seichel ha'olam, the intellect of this world. Now you're using seichel elyon, you're using the intellect of the above world. You have that capacity because you have a holy soul. And your soul only wants to connect with Hashem. That's all it's interested in. Your soul isn't so interested in anything in this world. Magazines, articles, opinions of doctors, even rabbis. They don't always know exactly what's best for you. But your soul always does. Your soul will always be honest with you. If you consult it, if you feel it, if you go with it, your soul is connected to God. And you can feel the difference, the way you think when you're connected. Much bigger thoughts, much wider thoughts, stronger thoughts, more inspiration, hope. This is where you want to live. This is where you can live every moment of your life. We just forgot how to do it. But with practice, we can do it. We can live like this. Now, I wonder if you, with your eyes closed, if you could tell me, describe in words, which might be hard, but describe in words what you're experiencing.
Well, at the beginning, when we start this second part of the meditation, I was like, this human body in the form of a being, you know, like if I was again in the womb, but it was just like the figure, you know. I can tell it was like me or another person. It was just like the figure of a grown-up human body in that position. And as we have go on with the meditation, it was just like I was like in a sense of being born, but I just like start like going through a garden and felt like I was free. That was freedom, what I was feeling. And with all the process, I start thinking that all this motherhood thing, it's well like mothering me. It was like that need of nurturing me. And as I have that light in me, I can give it. That was what I felt at the end, like like
where is the light in you? Where do you feel the light?
When I was able to like come again to this place to cradle me and mothering me, like nurturing me with that feeling, I have like that light. It was like you know, it's like I've been with this struggling. I want to be a mom and I want a better mom, but it felt now that it was like me, the one that needs that has that need, and until I felt it in me, I will be able to give it. It's like that, but it feels so nice deep in me.
Nice. Okay, so let's have you go back inside, close your eyes again, and connect with that light that's within you deep. So that you can be mothering to yourself now. That you yourself can be acting in a kind way, a self-compassionate way. Kind in the way you think, kind in the way you feel, and in the way you act towards yourself now. And now, if you can, just focusing on yourself. Now you don't have to think about anyone else. For now, you don't have to think about anyone else. You don't have to think about your children. But just caring for yourself. In your thoughts, in your feelings, and maybe even in rocking motions or putting your hands on your heart or on your face or somewhere, some act of kindness to remind you that this is for you, just for you. Right. That's right. Let's take a few more minutes to feed yourself, to mother yourself, to mother the little girl, the little Denise, to give her more love, attention, and strength. Because we all have that inner child, you know. That's right. And when the little girl gets what she needs, little Denise, when she gets what she needs, she adds a lot to your personality, to your adult personality. She becomes very playful, very alive, very happy. The child is very imaginative, very alive, very capable of great excitement and joy. And this comes back into your personality, becomes reintegrated into your adult self. That's it. And this is what you can give. Now that you have this, you can give it. Give it to your kids, your husbands, friends, family. But you have to go back and practice being with you, giving to you, mothering yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
It was very peaceful, and I end up like feeling I'm glowing.
Glowing.
Yes. 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 and very, very, very peaceful.
Okay. Okay. You're going to continue to feel peaceful. You're going to want to, without trying, just allow. Sometimes when you see that your eyelids want to close, you let them close. You can trust Hashem. He's not going to close your eyelids at the wrong time. He's only going to close your eyelids when he sees that you're in a situation where you have a few minutes of privacy or semi-privacy, and you can go a little bit beyond just this physical world, and use your imagination, your holy imagination. Get all kinds of good feelings. So I want to leave a little bit of time for any questions that we might have. Anyone has any questions or comments, either for Denise or for myself? Now would be the time to ask.
Any questions? Please raise your hands.
Okay. What do we have here today? Oh, Elisheva is here, Priscilla, Raymond. Welcome, Raymond. Okay. Well, I have a question. Do you think that you're going to feel the freedom to let your eyes close at certain times and just go with this process when it feels right?
It's, I think it's more than possible. It's like that pause that sometimes I avoid doing it on a daily basis, and it is really needed to go with the flow. You know, it's like I like that, to just giving permission of doing the pause by closing my eyes.
So this is something you do anyway every day.
Yes.
That's great. Okay, well, I want to thank you for coming again. It's always a pleasure to work with you, because when I work with you, I'm working with quality material. You know, someone who understands spirituality, understands how Emunah coaching, Emunah counseling works, and is able to be open and free and share yourself with others so others can learn. So that's a wonderful thing. It's a Tizkor mitzvahs. We say that is you should be strengthened through this mitzvah that you just did, through this good deed. And you should
Thank
see.
you.
You're welcome. You should see only more peace and more love in your life, and great nachas, great success and pride from your children, all of your children. And I hope you'll come back again. We'll see how you're doing in the future. We'll check up with you.
Thanks. I'm really, this was more than amazing. So thanks for being here today.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. The best way that people can pay me back is just to learn how to do this, because I'm not going to be here forever, at least not in this physical form. And we need people that are going to be able to help other people with these things. It's not so hard to learn. So that's the greatest payment that a person can make. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody have a great week. Shavua Tov.
Shabbat Tov. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jesse, for hosting. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. And thank you, Ellie.
Bye.